You ever get a call you can't explain? A message that shouldn't exist? What if you heard your own voice warning you about tomorrow? I did. And at 3:07 every night, my phone rang again. Each voicemail came from one day in the future, until the last one. That one didn't come from me anymore. This is the Creepypasta, the voicemail from tomorrow. It's 3:07 a.m. Rain taps against my window, slow, steady, relentless. The street outside is empty. No cars, no voices, just the sound of water and the hum of my refrigerator. Then, my phone buzzes. A new voicemail. No missed call, just one message from an unknown number. I stare at it for a moment, half asleep, half afraid. I press play. Lars, listen carefully. Don't leave your keys on the counter tomorrow, and don't trust anyone at work. Silence. My pulse quickens. That's my voice. Exactly my voice. Same tone, same breath, same pause before the word tomorrow. I check the timestamp. It says October 20th, 3:07 a.m., but it's October 19th, tomorrow's date. I sit there in the dark, phone glowing in my hand. The rain seems louder now. The shadows in my room feel closer. I tell myself it's a glitch, a wrong file, some stupid spam recording, but my stomach twists because deep down, I know it isn't. Morning. The world feels normal again, almost. The office is quiet. The same bright lights, the same smell of coffee that's been sitting for too long. I swipe my badge, set my keys down on the front desk, then freeze. Don't leave your keys on the counter tomorrow. I grab them again, quickly. The sound echoes too loudly in the lobby. The janitor looks up. Old man, gray eyes, a smile that feels wrong. Forget something, Lars? I try to sound casual. No, just being careful. He keeps smiling, doesn't blink. The moment stretches until I turn and walk away. That night, I can't sleep. I lie in bed staring at the ceiling. Every sound feels sharp. The pipes creak, the clock ticks too slow, and in the dark, I think about my own voice. What if it wasn't a warning? What if it was a test? Then, the buzz. 3:07 a.m. Another voicemail. You're listening. Good. But it's getting worse. Don't take the elevator tomorrow. What's down there? Shouldn't be. Static. Then faintly, I'm trying to save you. My skin crawls. I sit there for hours until the sun rises. At work, I take the stairs. Every creak makes me jump. When I reach my floor, I glance at the elevator. The doors slide open. A coworker steps inside. The doors close. I hear the soft hum of descent. 10 minutes later, a scream. The elevator jammed between floors. 2 people trapped. Only one came out. The police call it a malfunction. I know better. I start keeping notes, dates, times, every voicemail. Always 3:07, always me, but not just me anymore. When I play them back, there's another voice underneath mine. A whisper, a woman, soft, calm. He's listening now. Finally, I stop playing them out loud after that, but they still come, every night. Night 4. The message says, she knows you're listening, Lars. She wants you to come down, the basement, tomorrow night. That's the only way to end this. Behind my voice, I hear footsteps and the sound of breathing, like someone standing close to the microphone, too close. The next evening, I stay late at work. The building empties, the lights dim. My reflection in the monitor looks different. At midnight, I drive back after everyone's gone. The guard lets me in without a word. The hallways are dark. The air feels heavy. The elevator doors are open, waiting, silent. I take the stairs. Each step creaks louder than the one before. The basement door is rusted. cold to the touch. The smell hits first. Metal, mold, and something else. 306, 307. My phone vibrates. New voicemail. I press play. Don't turn around. My breath catches. I can hear someone behind me. Slow footsteps, one step closer, then another. My heart slams against my ribs. You should have listened, Lars. A hand grips my shoulder. The world drops into darkness. Morning. Police lights flash outside the building. The janitor stands near the entrance, shaking. They find my phone in the basement. Screen locked. One unheard voicemail, received at 3:07 a.m. A detective plays it. If you're hearing this, don't open my room. What's in there isn't me anymore. 3 soft knocks echo in the background, then silence. A week passes. The company replaces me without a word. A new intern takes my desk. Same phone, same number. It's late. Everyone's gone home. The hum of the office is the only sound. The phone buzzes. 3:07 a.m. One new voicemail. He answers. Hello? Who's this? Static fills the room. Then his own voice says, don't answer. The line goes dead. But sometimes, if you're awake at 3:07, you might hear it too. The faint buzz of a phone. Your own voice whispering from the future. And if you do, whatever happens next, don't press play. Imagine driving alone, late at night, fog rolling across the empty road like a living thing. Your phone has no signal. Your GPS freezes, and when you check the map, there's nothing there. No towns, no villages, just miles of silence. Then, through the fog, you see it. A crooked wooden sign. The paint is faded. The name scratched away. You follow the path hoping to find help, but what you find instead is a place that shouldn't exist. A village that was erased from every map. A village that has no name, and once you speak yours, it never lets you leave. Tonight's story is the village with no name. My car had broken down somewhere deep in the English countryside. No signal, no passing cars, just a narrow road winding through fog and trees that looked older than time itself. I checked my map. It showed nothing but blank space. No villages, no gas stations, nothing. Then I saw it. Through the mist stood a crooked wooden sign by the roadside. The paint was faded. The letters almost gone. But if I squinted, I could see faint marks. A name that had been scratched away long ago. I followed the dirt path it pointed to, hoping to find someone who could help. The path led to a small cluster of stone cottages. Smoke curled from the chimneys. The smell of bread drifted through the damp air. It felt like time had stopped. No cars, no power lines, only cobblestone streets and gas lamps that flickered weakly, even though it was still day. An old woman stood outside a shop, sweeping the step. I smiled. Hi, I said. My car broke down just up the road. Do you know where I could find a mechanic? She looked up slowly. Her eyes were pale, cloudy. Then she smiled faintly and said, We don't have one of those here, love. But you're welcome to stay the night. The inn's just down the lane. Her voice was kind, but there was something hollow in the way she spoke, like she'd said those words 1,000 times before. The inn was small, but warm. A fire burned in the hearth. The innkeeper, a man in his 60s, greeted me politely and showed me to a table. No one asked my name. The only other guests sat silently, staring into their drinks. During dinner, I tried to ask where I was. What's the name of this village? I said. The innkeeper stopped cutting his food. He looked up, smiled faintly, and said, "Oh, we haven't had a name in a long time." "It's better that way," I laughed nervously. "What does that mean?" He looked at me with tired eyes and said, "Names bring attention, and attention brings trouble." That night I couldn't sleep. Someone was walking outside my door. Slow, heavy steps, never stopping. When I finally opened the door, the hallway was empty, except for muddy footprints leading away, down the stairs and out into the night. The next morning I decided to leave. No one tried to stop me, but everyone watched. The baker, the children, the woman with the cloudy eyes, they stood silently as I passed, their faces blank. The dirt road out of town led me through a small graveyard on a hill. I stopped when I saw the gravestones. Every one of them was the same. No names, no dates, just one line carved into the stone. Returned to the village. A chill ran down my spine. I turned around. The old woman was standing behind me. Her face was calm, but her voice trembled when she spoke. "You shouldn't be here after sundown," she said. "It doesn't like visitors." "What doesn't?" I asked. She looked toward the fog-shrouded woods and whispered, "It remembers names." I ran. I didn't care where. I just needed to get out. But the road twisted endlessly through the forest. It looped back on itself again and again. Every time I thought I was close to leaving, the same crooked sign appeared through the fog. The one with the name scratched off. That's when I realized I wasn't leaving. This village wasn't on any map because it wasn't supposed to exist. Something had erased it, but the people, they had stayed. As night fell, I saw a light flickering between the trees. A lantern, swinging slowly. Then I heard a voice, deep, rasping. "Names have power here," it said. "Yours does too." I froze. "Who are you?" I whispered. The figure stepped closer. It wasn't a man, not anymore. Its face was stretched and hollow. Its eyes glowed faintly like dying embers. "You've spoken your name since you arrived," it said. "Now the village remembers you." I turned and ran. Branches tore at my arms. My breath came in gasps, but behind me, I heard it whispering my name, over and over. I don't remember how I got back to the inn. I just remember waking in bed, covered in dirt and leaves. The innkeeper was sitting by the fire. He didn't look surprised. "Sometimes," he said softly, "it chooses to keep one." I tried to stand, but my legs wouldn't move. "I want to leave," I said. "I want to go home." He smiled sadly. "You already did." He pointed behind me. On the wall hung an old, dusty photograph, a black and white picture of the village square. The faces were faded, except one, mine, standing among them, smiling, like I had always lived there. They say the village still appears to lost travelers, only when it wants to. Some leave before sundown, most don't. If you ever find yourself driving down an empty road and you see a crooked sign with no name, don't stop, because once you speak your name inside that village, it never lets you leave. And if you listen closely, you might still hear it. A whisper in the fog, calling your name. You've just heard two stories from the darker side of the unknown, two glimpses into the shadows where fear never sleeps. If you enjoyed tonight's tales, leave a like. It helps the darkness spread a little further. Subscribe to Shadowed Fears so you never miss what's waiting in the next night. And tell me in the comments, what story should we whisper next time? What nightmare should we bring to life? Your fear might just become our next story. This is shadowed fears, where the dark listens back